Ben Marriott is on track to hit 1 million subscribers by 2024. But why is Ben the biggest motion designer on the planet? And what can you learn from him to help your motion design career? I did some research and I even asked my friends why they thought Ben was the most successful motion designer. I even asked Ben himself what his secret to success is.
The secret to my success? Very simple.
What he said was kind of surprising. So stick around to the end to find out what he said. So Ben jumped onto the tutorial scene in 2019 with his first tutorial. But what made Ben stand out? Well, the first thing that we see is Ben's lovely face. So back then, not many people were actually showing their faces on their YouTube tutorials for After Effects, so this already helped Ben to stand out. I think more and more in the past few years, there's been more people showing their faces in their tutorials because they know that it builds trust and it gets people to like you and your personality. So I definitely recommend that if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel. But what can you learn from Ben, even if you don't want to start a YouTube channel? People love to see people's smiley, happy faces. So anywhere that you can share a lovely photo of yourself online, I think is going to help you to build trust with your potential employers and your clients. So a few examples of places that you might want to put a photo of yourself is on your about page on your website, on your LinkedIn profile, maybe on your Instagram profile and your Twitter profile as well. So the next thing that we see on Ben's very first tutorial is his lovely branded intro. Now this immediately builds trust with the audience because it shows that he's an amazing motion designer, and it also shows a bit of his personality, which helps to build trust like we already mentioned. How you present yourself and your work online can have you attracting lots of clients, or it can have them running away in fear. Because I don't want that for you, of course. I want clients to be running right towards you. So I want to help you to build trust just like Ben. So here are a few tips for you to help you with your brand identity and also to help you build trust online. The first thing that you need to do to build your personal brand and to build trust is to look out for your unique selling points. What makes you different and what makes you stand out from the crowd? So obviously there's a few things that make Ben stand out. The fact that he's from Australia. Crikey! And he also has a cute little dog called Kimchi. But let's hear from our friends what they thought made Ben stand out.
Why is Ben Marriott so successful? That's a good question. I'm going to assume off the jump, it's probably because he's an amazing teacher. I think part of being a very effective teacher is that he's creating such a positive experience for people who come in. It is jovial, it's buoyant, and that translates into effective learning. People are having a very positive experience when they're hanging out with Ben.
Ben Marriott's secret to success. That's definitely not something I stay up late wondering about how I could possibly ever achieve what he's achieved myself. No, Ben's amazing, and I knew it from the start. The quality of his work is fantastic, and I think that's what it really all comes back to. He's a fantastic designer, he's a fantastic animator, and he's a fantastic educator. He's really good at engaging his audience, which is a hard thing to do when you're talking at a camera like I am right now, acting like you're there with the person, excited to tell them about something. He just makes it look so easy, and he's so talented at it.
I've been following Ben's journey for many, many years on Instagram, long before he started a YouTube channel. His stuff looks really good, his animations are really good, and he's explaining it well. And there aren't a lot of tutorials that hit like all 3 points.
I believe that he's a great facilitator who focuses his efforts on simplifying concepts and techniques that are really complex. Also, I feel that his unique style inspired a generation, and I think that still remains very relevant.
The second thing you should do to build your personal brand and to build more trust online is know who you're trying to attract, what problem you solve for them, and how you solve it. Ben is extremely clear about what he's going to teach you in his tutorials, and he doesn't mess around in the beginning. He just gets right to the good stuff. Of course, this doesn't just apply to YouTube. You can also add these things to LinkedIn and also on your website. For example, on my LinkedIn, I add that I help motion designers to start and scale their businesses so they can have freedom to do what they love. So this helps me to attract the type of people I want to work with, and it also helps you because you know that I can help you to solve your problems. The next thing that that can help you to build trust and become a more successful motion designer is to have a consistent brand identity. Now, brand identity isn't just for big brands. You can actually have your own personal brand identity as well. Ben uses his cute bat logo, gradients and fonts so that you know when you land on any of his platforms, you're in the right place. So when I'm on Instagram, I know I'm headed to see this Ben, not that Ben, and definitely not that Ben. So the next thing that you need to do when you're building your personal brand and trust online is to show your expertise. Obviously, Ben is a master of doing this via his tutorials, but you don't just have to show your expertise via YouTube tutorials. You can also show it via case studies, behind the scenes, or via your processes. Showing case studies and behind the scenes can work wonders to help you to attract your ideal clients and employers. If you want to learn how to make great case studies and also break them up into social media posts, I did a live workshop right here on YouTube, so I'll pop the link below this video in the description. So if you want to rival Ben Marriott's success, there's one thing you must do, and that is to give back to the community. Even if you don't want to become a motion design powerhouse like Ben, it's really, really important to give back to our industry and our community. To stand out in our industry, it's becoming more and more important to share with others and to give value online. Ben's nearly 200 YouTube videos shows us how much value that he's given to our community. And I think this has been the key to his success. The motion design community knows that if they show up to Ben's channel, they're going to get valuable content that will help them grow. But what if you don't want to start a YouTube channel? How can you give value to our community and our industry? One absolutely huge mistake that I see loads of motion designers making is that they just talk about their own work online. When you do this, it's kind of like you're shouting, "It's all about me! You're fabulous! I'm fabulous!" And other people aren't going to interact and engage with you if you just share this type of content. So let me know in the comments below this video if you're guilty of this.
Guilty.
Giving value to others is the most impactful thing you can do to help your career and to help you to become a more successful motion designer.
The secret to my success, very simple. I think I got extremely lucky in the fact that I had a useful combination of skills when I started YouTube and that I just consistently made videos for years. So I got a lot of practice and a lot of feedback. Oh, and a cup of Earl Grey every morning.